Right, so we want to change these fonts. I mean, the font in here is quite nice, but what I want to show you is that if you go to something like Dafont, this has a lot more custom fonts and you can do pretty much anything. And you will find fonts, if I look under sci-fi, you will find things like the Transformers font, Star Wars, Jedi, it's like some ones that obviously you recognize. These are Transformers. So let's say I want to use this one, for example. What we do is we download it. Now this downloads zip, right? So zip file is basically you take a bunch of things and you just group it together in one lump and it loses some space. So we're going to show in folder where it is, which it's in your downloads. Then we're going to extract the file, which means unzip it. So you just go file extract. So you just right mouse click. This here is your actual one here. Okay. So if I double click here, this is to like install the font and I can run it on my computer. But this here is set my downloads. My code is not. So I'm just going to take this file. So I can Control X or Control C. So I'll copy this, for example. And I want to go to DTC 2022. So if I looked in my OneDrive, you'd see DTC 2022. And we're under web is what I'm practicing under. But obviously for your project, this is where you'd have a fonts folder. So I'm just going to quickly make a fonts folder. Go in there and go paste. Now, this file cannot have any spaces in the file name. So if I just got this, just to make life easier for myself. Now the other thing is I need to know what type of file this is. This is an open type font. You also get a true type font. Okay? Doesn't matter in terms of which one it is, but you just need to know. Because there's no point trying to, like, if you've got a JPEG or a PNG, you know, MP4 or a .mov. So all those kind of formats, you need to obviously grab the right format. So we want to look up how to do it. So we're going to go CSS, and then we're going to go @font face. This is how we import an actual custom font. Okay, I don't need to see that. So Mozilla Developer is all right, but it tends to be a little bit intense. If you have a look, this is ones for a little bit more of a all catch-all guide for professionals. It works and it gives examples, but it's a little bit more in-depth. Okay. W3 Schools, on the other hand, is set up to be something that's more at the school level, hence why it's called the schools. So this is it here. Okay. So we can go here. You can always do this try yourself and have a wee tinker if you're trying to figure things out. Copy. We're going to go back to our code at the top as per usual. So I can just go into the other one. That's fine. I like some space. So there we go. So @font face. This is the name of my font. So I can call it like whatever I want. This now is the source. This is trying to locate the file. So my file is inside the fonts folder. See here? See it's got a little file icon? Oh, so handy. And then it's called NASA. See how when I click it, it's already trying to prompt the right thing. That means it's saved in the right place. If it is not prompting it and you have got your tab 9 installed, means that you probably have not saved it in the right place. And this is going to really screw things up. So this is like, your teacher, woodwork class, and the teacher says, right, okay, so get out your chisels that's, at your workstation, and you look and you're like, I don't have a chisel, and everyone else does, and you're like, can I borrow yours? You're like, no, I've only got one. So you need to make sure you've got it. Otherwise, you're like sat there going, it's not going to work. So this is the font family. So we just highlight and we copy that. And then I'll say, okay, I want my, for a weird example, you should put it in your nav A. So obviously, but what we're going to do is we're going to have the font change when we hover, just to show you that obviously that it's working is a difference. So now when I hover, see how the font changes? Not ideal because it's jumping all over the place, but you can see that works. Okay, so obviously you would want it. Oops. There. Obviously I've got two of them, but this was done first and then this one's done second. So this is why we're seeing this one. Righto.